absolute rage in Jim Jones right now, bro. Jim Jones is steaming right now, bro.
Here, bro.
Here, Jim Jones. I could feel the vibration
he need it more than us, bro.
of brokenness through the screen. 50 Cent has somehow managed to get in cahoots with the owner.
Oh, that's the real owner.
Now, he owns the building now. So 50 Cent owns the building now as well. Now you're going to every door you kick, or I'm going to kick your butt, Jimmy.
What was your greatest achievement?
This year,
Yeah.
being able to have the right to squat.
The right to squat?
YouTube, what's good, family? It's MasoMoney back with another video. So, y'all know sometimes I comb my suit and tie off, but today I got the ski mask on. We watching Jim Jones, his beef with 50 Cent, and we all know Jim Jones is the oldest YN. He like 60 years old. He pushing 70. He still be having cash falling out of his pockets like a YN. He dressed like us. So, I might as well put my ski on. I guess we ganging still. So let's see what's going on with Jim Jones and his crew, because apparently he owned this studio, or was trying to act like he owned the studio, but 50 Cent just bought him out by talking to the real boss. So let's see what's going on. We're going to get straight into this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe too, all right?
Jim Jones has officially hit rock bottom. At this point, I don't know how you show your face on the internet again. For some very dumb reason, Jim Jones decided he wanted to beef with 50 Cent. And now 50 Cent got Jim Jones in a checkmate, cornered at all angles. Let's do a brief recap on how this started, then we'll get to the new updates, okay? So Jim Jones and his co-host spoke on 50 Cent doing a documentary about Diddy, and they were kind of in disapproval of this. 50 Cent got wind of it, got wind of them speaking on him. So 50 Cent decided that he was going to get in contact with the landlord for the building. And he got in contact with the landlord for the building. And the landlord apparently already had a beef with Jim Jones, so he was willing to sell 50 Cent the building and work with 50 Cent. Now, what came from that is a phone call where the landlord is breaking down all of Jim Jones' business, telling 50 Cent that Jim Jones owes back rent, that they're trying to evict Jim Jones. Jim Jones is squatting right now because he won't leave the building. Jim Jones has hit rock bottom today, but before today, 50 Cent had already been terrorizing Jim Jones, making his life miserable. So 50 Cent has a vendetta against Jim Jones as of lately because Jim Jones decided he was going to speak on 50 Cent and this Diddy documentary. Him and his co-host expressed they didn't feel like 50 Cent doing a documentary on Diddy was right. So 50 Cent decided, okay, yeah, I'm going to contact the landlord of the building you're filming that podcast in, and I'm going to try to own the building so you can't film that podcast anymore. So what happened is 50 Cent called the landlord, not even knowing the landlord and Jim Jones already beefing. He already hates Jim Jones because Jim Jones owes him a lot of money.
On his
so 50 get in contact with the landlord, and the landlord is telling 50 Cent all of Jim Jones' business already.
In the building.
Want to rent?
Yeah, look, hold on. I went to a 50 Cent concert. Let me show y'all. Let me pull it up. See, look. See, see, I had some good seats. I was right there front row with 50. Now that's the type of YN blueprint that you want to look up to. 50 Cent wear his diamonds, his chains, all that, but he really a boss. Jim Jones' ass is 50 years old, fake popping it for my little brother and them who actually slow. You wearing all these damn chains, you acting like you the landlord, and you splitting everything with the man who actually got the money for the building. And he's squatting. We from LA, so in LA, we had the same problem. People squat in these homes sometimes. They'll be like, I'm just not paying. Or no, you're not about to up the rent on me. And they just won't leave because a lot of times the courts work in these people's favors. So they get an extra year. They get an extra, they get extra time to just basically squat under your bread. So I'm sure whoever is getting in contact with 50 Cent probably a lot of money in the hole because New York is expensive.
And I said, okay, fine. Right? He's been saying this for like...
Yeah, let me go so we can hear everything.
It's already.
Want to rent it. And I said, okay, fine. Right? He's been saying this for like, since October. And so he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want like 6 months of build out. And ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us.
He owns his media.
But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things. So half of the content he's creating, if you want to buy that too, I'll sell you half the company. He's not a business. He's like insane.
Oh my gosh, he's about to buy Jim Jones. How do 50 Cent just end up owning this? He owned BMF. He owned all these studios. He owned Power. He ain't giving up 50% of nothing. This dude needed the building so bad that he gave up 50% of his media, which means he's giving up 50% of his bag, so he's never going to recoup. He just voluntarily signed himself into one of those record deals where they take half your belongings. Jim Jones too old to be doing this, bro. You 50, bro. Let me put my ski mask on, because I guess we the same type of nigga. You old as hell acting like this.
It's worth very little to nothing. But if it works out for you, I just throw that in as a sweetener. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, I'm going to say it in a short way, at least $80,000, if not $180,000.
It's actually through the landlord that 50 Cent found out that the building that Jim Jones is currently filming in has no heat. That they turned off the heat in an attempt to get Jim Jones out the building, because Jim Jones was currently squatting while they were trying to evict him.
He popping it on the ground?
50 Cent has all this information. Jim Jones, for some reason, was still commenting on the internet, still trying to deny certain things, trying to pretend like him and the building, him and the landlord was all good, and it was actually his building. Like, after 50 Cent exposed Jim Jones was squatting, he was being evicted, and that there's no heat, Jim Jones did a tour of the building where he was trying to prove that he's this boss, and he has a multi-production studio coming, and he's about to build a new section and a new faction in the building. But whole time, the building is trying to evict him while Jim Jones is doing renovations and work in the building.
Man, he got all types of clothes.
Since I'm starting the year off at the top of your Explorer.
He dressed like a wine. He dressed like
Are you not entertained?
Oh my gosh. I can see the cold coming off his breath.
Everybody want to put my business in the street.
I know that he's not on.
I'm
Y'all
gonna
saw
talk to
that?
you about my business. Right now, I am in the second phase of construction. We're not open to public. This is a raw space. I have not found out yet what I want to do exactly in the space, but in my mind, I was thinking of building like a little mart, but we'll see how that goes.
This is the problem with hustle culture. Everybody wants to appear like they doing something, but nobody want to actually do something.
Hold on, y'all. So he's going online. He has a big brand. He has a Instagram social media page. He has the location, but he's $180,000 in the hole since October. We in February, October, November, December, 4 to 5 months, about 180. So they probably tax him 25 a month almost. $25K a month, and he's not paying it at all. Meanwhile, he's talking about putting renovations into a building, but he's not paying the base 25, 30 grand or whatever it is. So he fake popping it. The problem is his main op, 50 Cent, is really rich. So he'll take all of this from him just to be petty. Oh my God.
Is building an entire business in a building that he's not even allowed to be in, that he has to break into to get in.
He doing
so Jim Jones is launching this thing called the IFC Factory, right? It's supposed to be like a,
it's a good idea,
like a really content studio where you come, you do your podcasting, you can come, you do like photo shoots in.
He too old.
I even seen they got this joint on Peerspace right now. You can book this for $65 an hour on Peerspace, 2 hours minimum. I seen it. I said, oh. But he's doing this in a building where they're actively trying to evict him from.
Wow.
That's why it's stupid, all right?
Imagine you rent out his building, you get in there, no heat is on in the building. I'm cold as hell, and I just paid my money on Peerspace. I'm leaving a terrible review. Do your research.
It's dumb. Jim Jones was able to stay as long as he's been staying because Jim Jones, A, got some money, 2, is New York. Tenants got a lot of rights.
Yeah.
So Jim Jones understands certain laws and regulations to where he's been able to squat for as long as he's been able to squat. But they've been actively trying to evict him. Well, today 50 Cent announced that the eviction process has been somewhat successful, and now they're taking steps to have it enforced and get Jim Jones out the building. The eviction notice was actually posted on their door.
Oh, wow.
And it was addressed to IFC Management, which is obviously Jim Jones' company. Now, Jim Jones was building a content studio, so he had the IFC Management, right, for the studio name. Joseph Jones, obviously, right? It was posted at this particular address. Now, the studio or the building is so big, it takes up multiple addresses, right?
Wow, it's really one of those.
I think at 788, 789, 791, first floor, second floor. It's really, really big, okay?
So basically, they just scamming on a very large old head scale because they obviously had no intentions of paying these fees. And if this building is takes up 3 addresses as a unit, you know it's expensive as hell to stay here. And it sounds like since he's been in here, he hasn't even been paying a month to month. I know this is Jim Jones. Who is this guy? Bro, I'm too young. He probably was on before I was born, bro. Who is this OG? Who is this old head? Is he like that? And I know Fabulous. It's kind of messing Fabulous name up because he the only one of these dudes I actually know for music or doing anything. I don't know who this is. Jim Jones is usually by the YNs. He kind of like too old to be acting this young YN, if you get what I'm saying. And Fabulous is like fashionable type of guy. Like, what's up with this trio? They been a trio? Like, let me know something.
From actually reading this, because this is my first time actually reading this, it looks like the landlord and 50 still got some more steps to take. So they alerted Jim Jones of a notice of default, meaning, he owes money.
Go like Jim Jones, man.
That notice was sent January 15th. It expired January 22nd. Jim Jones never paid it. And then a 5-day notice of termination. They sent the 5 days notice of termination. They were claiming on February 10th, which expired on February 17th. From what I just read, it looks like Jim Jones may have some action, maybe another month of being able to use the studio as they go through the next phase, which is to get a sheriff out there, get the eviction order, and then get the sheriff out there to drag Jim Jones from out the building.
Been there, done that.
Hopefully it don't go that far.
At this young age.
Now, 50 Cent got access to, like some clips or videos of Jim Jones actually in the building. Now, we'll find out later how exactly 50 Cent was able to get access. Yes, he's in, connection to the landlord, but it's actually much deeper than that. But the video that 50 Cent posted of Jim Jones is really embarrassing. So it shows Jim Jones trying to break in certain rooms in the building because certain rooms have access to the heat. They turn the heat off. Jim Jones trying to access those rooms to turn the heat back on. And certain rooms is closed off and locked by the landlord. Jim Jones trying to break in those rooms as well.
Who's doing a B&E?
But this is just a all-around bad look.
Y'all ain't tell me we was going on a drill. Come on, yo. We kicking doors? He's 50 years old kicking doors. I bet I put my ski mask back on back. Breaking into the building at 50 gang. He need this ski mask. He old as hell. He's at 70 doing this shit. Maybe I should give him my ski mask. Bro, this is embarrassing. And this is 219, so this is just a few days ago he was doing this. Come on. It's insane. He cold as hell. He just want the heat on in the building. Shit. He just want the heat back on. Oh my God. Come on, Jim. Kicking dogs. Look, he comes to life for a whole boss.
The homie goes in the room and flickers the light back and forth, and he tells Jimmy, I hope y'all heard it. He tells Jim Jones, hey, yo, Jimmy, they cut the lights off.
Oh, no power, no heat.
You are Jim Jones. You are somebody who has access to a level of funding and money and income that the regular person don't have. Why put yourself through this? Why not go out and do this the right way? Why not go out, get financing, go through a bank if you can't afford it, and get yourself a building and build this thing from ground up? Why are you in a building that you can't afford? Don't Jim Jones owe like $180,000 on this building? Now, this was about like
180K.
2 months ago he owed $180,000. It's probably more now. If you can't afford it, if you can't afford the building,
he probably
leave.
Close to a quarter, y'all. This is New York City.
Subjecting yourself to this,
small money. That's
it's cruel and unusual, man.
Oh my gosh, bro. This man is 50 kicking doors, bro.
What's up? What happened? Yeah, I'm good.
He not good.
No, it's mine.
You do not own this.
All right? No.
There's no sound, but look at the absolute rage in Jim Jones right now, bro. Jim Jones is steaming right now, bro.
Here, bro.
Here, Jim Jones. I could feel the vibration
he needed more than us, bro.
Of brokenness
hey,
through the
give
screen,
Let's give it to the 60-year-old man still acting like this.
And he's doing all of this, by the way, to find a room where the landlord turned off the heat from so he could go back and actually like turn the breaker back on or turn whatever back on to bring back heat to the building. Because when you watch that video of Jim Jones that we just saw, like when he did the tour, when Jim Jones was speaking, you could literally see his own breath, which tells you is below freezing in that building. My Lord. Now, when Jim Jones and Mano and Fab and Dave East do their podcast, they're all bundled up. Like, the only person I've seen with maybe like some type of, I don't know, like sweater that's light is like Mano at times. But Mano is a husky dude. But they're all bundled up at all times.
What do he do?
Jim Jones is walking away frustrated, man, mad as hell, telling people to come down. So apparently, like, he's instructing them to calm down so they could brutalize the door some more. This is just sad, bro. Yo, Jim look defeated right now. Look at him, bro.
Braids looking crazy.
Braids disheveled.
Bogus.
Breathing heavy. Make no mistake about it, bro. Jim Jones is doing all of this because he want to flex for the gram. Right, he want to flex for the gram that he's doing something, that he got it.
Bro, this is like, the thing is, this is the thing, like, it's like a difference between younger and older people, right? Like, you in your mid-20s, even your 30s, okay, you may be faking it till you make it. You're 50, faking it for the gram. You was alive before they had iPhones. Bro, grow up, Unc. Jeez, he need the YNs to tell him that? Like, what's wrong with this old man, folks? Like, chill out.
Building. That's what this is all about, man. And he's putting people's livelihoods at risk. You know, there's a girl who do like a talk show on the IFC network or whatnot. And she is renting out like the space on Peer Space as well. So she's making a little bit of income there and on her podcast. Now that's at risk because of this. But the bad news doesn't end there for Jim Jones. Because apparently 50 Cent has somehow managed to get in cahoots with the owner.
That's the real owner.
Now this is the dude, right, that's been...
No, but my people, do you see who the real boss is, who the real owner is? Yes, 50 Cent is the leader of our people, if you really think about it in terms of entertainment space. This is the one who ran up the real millions. This guy don't got 100 chains on. He just happily owns big-ass buildings around New York City. Got the fake big dogs paying him 25 bands a month. This what really rich look like. You playing. He is not playing. Oh, we got to see what 50 Cent had to say about this, because this is what real trolling looks like. Hold on, let's pull our notebooks out and write down how to get back on the YN ops. Okay. I'm going to draw a ski mask emoji, and then for Jim Jones. Okay. All right. Let's get it going.
Chatty patting it up on Jim Jones. This is the owner who's been calling 50 Cent and feeding 50 Cent all the information about Jim Jones. Now, he's clout hungry as a mug. Like, he is super clout hungry. So, apparently, though...
I don't think that's clout hungry. I'd be chastising and talking down on this nigga if he owed me $250,000 too. Actually, the YNs probably would have smoked his ass for doing that. My fault, y'all. I can't say that online. That is my bad. Y'all know I'm finding a balance right now.
That dude... Him right there, apparently he gave 50 Cent ownership stake in the building. So 50 Cent says, Sam is my partner. I own the joint. So apparently he owns the building now. So 50 Cent owns the building now as well. Now you're going to fix every door you kick, or I'm going to kick your butt, Jimmy. By Monday, you're destroying my property. Damn, bruh. This is sad, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it doesn't even end here, right? It doesn't end here with just the 50 and Jim Jones. Because now Jim Jones have acquired a certain amount of enemies due to Mano and other people. Because Jim don't really like cause too much beef on that podcast.
No, he don't.
Mano caused the majority of the beefs. Now you got the enemies that Jim Jones have inherited from his co-host. Now they is making fun of Jimmy. Academics took to his live stream to eviscerate Jim Jones, Mano, Dave East, and Fabulous.
You guys are 50 years old getting evicted. That's disgusting and sad.
Insane.
You guys have all had supposedly prosperous careers in whatever you've done. Right. To get evicted at 50 years old is fucking pathetic. Fab, you rapped for 30 years.
Wow.
If you can't pay your rent, that's disgusting. Jim Jones, you gangbanged and did a whole bunch of bullshit for like 50 years. If you can't pay your rent, that's disgusting. Mano, you done robbed the entire Brooklyn niggas and pulled out guns on them. If you didn't rob enough money to pay your rent.
Hold on, y'all. I got to take back some of the stuff I said. I did not know Mano was a savage. Hold on. Y'all telling me that Mano got on from robbing and popping ops, and I'm talking crazy about this man? Hold on, y'all. Where my ski mask at? Should I put it back on? Y'all telling me that this man is 50 years old, he robbed the whole block, did all types of craziness out here, and now he is old as hell and can't pay rent? He's not the landlord still at 50? I thought you would own everything. How much money he run through on chains and drip to not own a building at 50? What did he spend his money on? He old. No disrespect. I'm just, I'm talking to my YN.
Jim Jones, you gangbanged and did a whole bunch of bullshit for like 50 years. If you can't pay your rent, that's disgusting.
Wow.
Mano, you done robbed the entire Brooklyn niggas and pulled out guns on them. If you didn't rob enough money to pay your rent, that's disgusting. I'm sorry to tell y'all, man. Kicking in doors at 50 years old is just not the wave. And maybe I got to be the pussy civilian to kind of like, bring the youth that's watching y'all, because y'all previously said y'all were bodega boys, lobby boys, now podcast boys.
Oh, no.
Or as 50 calls y'all, squatters. I'll lead the audience y'all are trying to appeal to. Hey, YNs of the world.
Right.
Never be this. When you're 50, you should be kicked back, feet up, living a luxurious life with galore, kids that you're taking care of, and many things to show. Not being kicking down a door
I think Fab
to get in to start gossiping.
I also want Jim Jones to know you can't joke your way out of this too, bruh.
Right.
Because the first time Jim Jones got exposed for owing rent and being a squatter, they went on their podcast that episode and made hella cringe squatter jokes. But this time around, you can't joke your way out of this one, bruh.
Oh, no.
The jokes
on you
only hit if there's no truth to it, right? If there's no validation to what the rumors are and you're just joking, cool. But once it's been proven, like, the accusations are true, you can't joke about it.
He probably wasn't joking, Flacco. You know, the YNs, sometimes y'all think it's funny and we joking. Niggas be dead ass serious. I'm telling you about how bad of a person I am and you laughing thinking I'm telling a joke. I'm letting you know I'm on that.
Because that was cringe.
What was your greatest achievement?
This year?
Yeah.
Being able to have the right to squat.
The right to squat?
Bro. That's ridiculous, bro.
So
you're 70
now
years
we know
old,
what's going
bro.
on. Now we know what's going on. Jim Jones discovered that he could get into big buildings and not pay rent, and the government and their weird laws will protect him.
No, we had a squatter in LA like this, right? Had a home, and in LA that you can raise the rent over a span of years. So we tried to raise the rent on the guy or whatever, just because we were trying to get him out or do whatever he needs to do. And basically, this man was just like, "No, I'm not leaving." We're like, "What, sir? We can give you some time to get out. You can get some money to, go ahead and go about your life." He was just like, "No, I'm not leaving. The price is too good. I'm not leaving." And then it was a full-on legal battle for a full year with the guy just because he didn't want to leave a house that he didn't own. You're the tenant. Stop talking like the boss. You're the tenant. Now we got to take you to court. You spending all types of extra money when you should just leave. He's old as hell talking about, "I'm a proud squatter." Bro. He ain't invested like 20, 30, 40 years ago. Like, what? Bro, he done ran through how many rap checks? He's still acting like he young. This is sad, bro. This is sad for real.
Jim Jones. Now, at the time, it appeared to be a joke. Now we know it's not a joke because Jim Jones was literally squatting got into a very expensive building to stop paying rent. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think about this, man?
Bro, let me know what y'all think about Jim Jones being the oldest YN, still acting like, I don't even know what he acting like, bro. I don't even think he's playing anymore. I think 50 Cent is the person who's showing you how you should treat people who want to act like a gang member at 70. Like, bro, at some point we got to, change our ways a little bit. You can keep the chains, you can keep the diamonds, but, can we have some ownership? Can we, stop renting from Sam? When I'm 50, I don't want to rent from Sam. I want to own my building and have people renting from me so that I can make the $25K a month. Of course, you fake popping in, you got to pay somebody $25 a month. It's hard to fake rich for that long, ain't it? Jesus. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to MasoMoney, though. If y'all don't do none of those things, though, family, watch another video. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.